Good luck.
Merhabalar herkese. IEFT Talks Seminerlerine hoş geldiniz. Yeni yılın ilk webinarıyla karşınızdayız. Bugün Amerika'nın en popüler ve beklenen üniversitelerinden Clark Üniversitesi'de Burs imkanlarını Lauren'den dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından yönlendirmeyi unutmayın. Yes, Lauren, the stage is yours now.
Thank you, Zeynep. Merhaba, hello everybody. My name is Lauren Scott, and I'm the Assistant Director for International Recruitment at Clark University, specifically for our graduate programs. For the record today, graduate programs are those programs that students complete after finishing their bachelor's degree. So this is a higher level degree program that I will be talking about. There will be some information about undergraduate transfer students. And undergraduate is the same as bachelor's degrees as well. So that being said, I'm going to share my screen. And during the presentation, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And Zeynep, could you please confirm that you can see my Clark presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just put any chat box comments or questions in there, and by the time I'm done with the presentation, I will go back to them and I will answer all of your questions. So as I mentioned, we're here to talk about Clark University's graduate admissions program, and graduate is another word for master's. So a little bit of background about Clark University. We were founded in 1887, and we were the first all-graduate school in the United States. Since then, we have incorporated a lot of undergrad programs, but we focus today on master's programs. We have over 3,000 students on campus, and they come from over 80 different countries, and a third of our graduate students are actually international students. So this semester, I actually welcomed 4 students from Turkey onto our campus. So I'm very excited to have them joining us. And we have a really great faculty to student ratio. This means that for every 10 students, there's 1 faculty member. And this really allows you to get to know and actually network with your faculty members. This is a huge plus. I went to get my master's at Clark University, and I actually used my faculty members from my program to get the job that I have today. And lastly, we are in New England, which is the northeast corner of America. And there are 7 states in total in there, and it has all of the seasons. So rankings and recognition are very important for our international students. We are AACSB accredited. For those of you that are interested in business, finance, accounting, management, marketing, this is a really important ranking for you to understand. Only 5% of schools worldwide achieve this ranking, and our School of Management is one of them. The Princeton Review, this is my favorite ranking that we have. We're number 18 for happiest students in the US. And for Princeton Review, we are also a best business school for 2021. And then for best colleges and US News, we are ranked number 103 for best national universities this year. And we're number 27 for best value schools. In 2021, we were also ranked as a best business school, and it's just too early for us to have 2022 rankings. And then lastly, the last one that I'll be speaking about, if you go on our website, you can see many more rankings and recognitions on our site. We are also a top 300 world university, which is a huge achievement for such a tiny school. And we're number 7 among world's best small universities. So I like to describe us as like small but mighty. So a little more about our location. So in this map over here, this is the northeast corner of the United States. This is the state of Massachusetts, which is where Worcester is located. In this little heart is Worcester, Massachusetts, which is where Clark can be found. If you travel just 45 minutes, you'll be in Boston. If you travel another 45 minutes from Worcester, you'll be in Providence. And then lastly, it's just a 3-hour trip or train ride to get to New York City. And Worcester is this very diverse and welcoming place. There's over 20% of immigrants that live in the city. So it's very multicultural, very diverse. You will be able to find restaurants that serve food that will remind you of home. Although I will say, I did go to Turkey this fall, and the food is phenomenal. And I doubt anything can compare to the food in Turkey. but you can find some restaurants that will make you feel a little bit more at home. We are also in Worcester, the city of Worcester. We're undergoing a citywide rejuvenation. This means that we are upscaling the city, essentially. We are making it more engaging. So we're not only trying to make spaces for people to go shopping or for people to go out and eat. We're trying to make spaces that bring people together. So we've created this really giant, beautiful baseball stadium that is right next to the public market, where you can go and get local brews and local food. And it's also nearby a park area right in downtown Worcester. So that area you can walk to from campus, or you can take maybe a 5-minute Uber ride, depending on traffic. We have a great train station in Worcester. So these trains will go to from Boston over 20 times a day. They go to many other locations as well. We have a small airport in Worcester, and to get to the larger international airport in Boston, it's only a 45-minute ride. Now I'm going to talk to you about our programs, okay? We have 4 different academic schools that I'm going to go into, and then I will talk to you about our language programming. So the first school today is the International Development, Community, and Environment Program. These programs are created around solving world problems. All of these top 4 programs are 10 courses long. Okay, 1 course at Clark University equals 1 unit, which is equivalent to 3 or 4 credit hours. Okay, so we don't use credit hours, we use units, but they can transfer to and from other universities very easily. All 4 of these programs can be completed in 18 months or 2 years. And they are 10 courses long. And then the last one that we offer in the IDCE is our MS in Geographic Information Science, which is a 12-course program and has to be completed in 2 years. And this one, you can only start in the fall. It is cohort-based. You will see here that we do have STEM programs. Okay, STEM means science, technology, engineering, and math. These programs are valued really highly right now. Whenever you see a program listed with STEM designated beside it, what that means is that after you graduate, you will be eligible to stay in the US for up to 3 years and work in your field. If you graduate from a degree that does not have STEM next to it, it means that you will be able to work in the US for up to 1 year after you graduate. So you can quickly see the difference in the value that America is placing on STEM degrees at the moment. So this is our most expensive school at Clark University. The other school has become much more affordable. We really don't have a GPA minimum on this school, but we like to try to keep our applicants over a 2.8 GPA on the 4.0 scale. Okay, GPA stands for grade point average. That's really going to be very important with some of the other schools that we'll be talking about. But IDCE wants to focus on your resume and your past academic experience. They really want a candidate who's going to have been able to contribute in the field that they're going to get their master's in. This makes for a more engaged classroom and really better outcomes for all of the students in the classes. The statement of purpose and resume for this program are extremely important. They are almost more important than your transcripts are. And then these English scores are going to be the same for all of our programs, so I'm not going to go over them on every single slide. You will see these again, but our English scores for direct entry into degree programs are 85 on your TOEFL, a 6.5 on your IELTS, 53 on the PTE, and we do accept Duolingo, and that score is 110, and we will continue accepting Duolingo in the future. Duolingo is by far the fastest and most affordable option if you need to get your English scores. So going over to tuition and scholarships, the GIS program is the most expensive program that we hold at Clark, and that's $72,000 for the entire program. That means each year you're paying $35,000 US. Okay, that's before scholarship. Scholarships for Turkish students for spring 2022, fall 2022, and spring 2023. Turkish students are guaranteed the highest amount of scholarship available. Why? Because I really want more Turkish students on our campus. We used to have a wide amount of Turkish students in the past, and they performed so well. And we really want to bring them back onto our campus. So we understand the currency exchange rate is really challenging right now. And that is why we are making it so that all Turkish students can receive the highest scholarship that we do offer. That being said, we do not have full scholarships. The highest scholarship we have is 50%. So with the GIS program, you'll again see $72,000 for the total program. That's both years. And that would mean that you only pay per semester. So say your first year, it would cost you $35,000 for that program. And then that would be split in half per the semester. Okay. And that again is before your scholarship. All the other IDCE programs are at $60,000. So they're a bit more affordable. Next, we have our School of Professional Studies, and this school is our most affordable school at Clark University. These programs are geared towards people who want to elevate their careers, and you again will notice that we have 4 different STEM programs here. This last one, computer science, is also a STEM program. These are all 10 courses long, and you can complete a lot of these in 1 year if you wanted to. Others you will need 18 months, which is 3 semesters. These programs are communication, public admin, information technology, data analytics, project management, and computer science. This school does have a GPA requirement of a 2.8 or higher. And again, the GMAT and the GRE are not required. We do like to see relevant academic background or work experience that will be mandatory to show for programs like computer science or IT or data analytics. But the other programs like public admin and communications, those ones we can be more flexible on. You don't have to have a direct background in them to pursue those degrees. You'll also see with the tuition and scholarships for these programs that they are just under $30,000 for the entire program again. Okay, so if you do your entire program in 1 year, that means that each semester you're paying less than $15,000. And you'll be finished with your degree, and that's before scholarship. If you are from Turkey, you say you apply for one of these programs, you would get the 30% scholarship for these programs because that is the highest scholarship available for our School of Professional Studies. Okay, the only program that costs more in this list is the computer science program, which is $38,000. All of these ones are under $30,000. So now we are at our School of Management, and this is our AACSB accredited school. This is the school that if you're interested in business, financing, accounting, marketing, management, all of those programs, this is an extremely strong school to go to. We are highly ranked in this. We consistently rank high in it. We have phenomenal faculty members who are leading in research in the US. They're highly published, and they travel to many conferences and present on the information that they're researching. The other benefit to a lot of our students or our teachers say in the School of Professional Studies, these faculty members are currently working in the field. So you're not being taught things that used to be effective or used to be relevant. You're learning things that are happening right now. Same goes for School of Management. We only allow our faculty members to teach 1 course at a time. And this allows them to develop their research more and to focus on their students. All of these programs range from either 10 courses to 12 courses. So that means some programs could be completed in 1 year. Some programs, it could be 18 months or 2 years. Again, you're going to notice that we have a lot of STEM designated programs on this list as well. And I'm going to speak about the MBA separately after this, because I know a lot of people are interested in the MBA. For the School of Management, we like to see 3.0 on the US GPA scale. However, we can accept 2.8s, but this school is going to be rather rigorous. So we do like to see that our students have a 3.0 on the 4.0 scale. The GMAT and GRE are not required, and we do offer English programs to go with these programs. Okay, over here, you're going to see the list of different tuitions per the program. And then these scholarships will range up to 50%. So again, these numbers are not for one semester. They are not for 1 year. They are for the entire program. Now the MBA. So a lot of students are interested in the MBA program. This is one of our most popular programs at Clark University, and it's one we're very proud of. So I get a lot of students who are interested in doing finance and MBA, or they're just not quite sure if they want to do MBA or accounting or marketing or something like that. Our MBA program is a great choice because we allow you to choose from 7 different concentrations here. So if you had interest in finance and in management and the MBA, then you can kind of combine all of those into one degree. It does not increase the length of time you're studying. Our admission standards for this program are higher. So we want to see a firm 3.0 GPA, and we want to see the GMAT. If you only have one of those, okay, so say you don't have the GMAT, but you have a 3.0 GPA, we can still accept you. And what we'll do is we will put you in the Master's of Science in Management for 1 semester. After you've completed that 1 semester with a 3.2 GPA, you will automatically be moved into the MBA program. You'll have taken all the same classes. No one will know. Your degree will still say MBA. And this just assures that we are picking the top quality students into our MBA program. You'll notice at the bottom that we do have a few higher scholarships for this program. Those scholarships are going to be reserved for people who have taken the GMAT or who have 5 or more excellent years of work experience that relate to business and likely have a background in business from their undergrad degree. So for the MBA, Turkish students who get accepted into this are guaranteed the 50% scholarship. However, if you have a 3.0 GPA and a high GMAT score, it could be higher. Now, this is our last school for the master's programs, okay? And again, as a reminder, master's programs are the same as graduate programs. They're a step above getting your bachelor's or undergrad. Now, the Becker School of Design and Technology has 1 program. It is 15 classes long, and it takes 2 years to complete. And it is the Master's of Fine Art in Interactive Media. This degree is really great if you are interested in game design, like video game design. It's interactive, anything with virtual reality, some artificial intelligence. This is a great program. It mixes like graphic design and the interactive components. These admission requirements are very different. There's not a minimum GPA, but what we do need to see is a college transcript, and you need to submit a portfolio which showcases the kind of work that you have done in the past. We also do want to see an essay. You'll notice again, this tuition is similar to IDCE. It is the most expensive program that we have, along with the IDCE program. And we do have scholarships up to 50%. Now, that is all of our academic programs that I'm going to talk about for our master's and graduate degrees. Now I'm going to talk to you about our English programs. So you might have scores high enough to go directly into your programs, and that's fantastic. For those of you who do not, we have options. So if you just missed the direct entry scores, we have a pathway program that allows you to take 2 English courses and 2 program courses in your degree. So these programs are completely Clark owned and operated. They're on campus, and 97%, I think it's higher now. I think it's like 99% of students matriculate into our grad programs, which means they successfully complete and they go into Clark. This is only 1 semester long, and the scores that you need to take the TOEFL, or sorry, to take the pathway program are a 75 in TOEFL, a 6.0 in IELTS. And again, we also accept Duolingo, and I believe that score is a 95. If you do not have the GMAT or GRE and say you wanted to get into the MBA, this is a great alternative. You can also take pathway program for the first semester, and then as long as you complete it successfully, you won't need the GMAT, and you can go directly into the MBA. The Pathway program also starts in the fall and the spring. And recently we have started launching it online as well. So if you wanted to do an online version and you didn't want to spend money living in the States while you did it, that's acceptable. Per semester for 2022, this year, it is going to be $15,000 with scholarships between 20 and 40%. And then say your scores in English are lower than what you see here for Pathway, then you would go into our English for Academic Success program, or EAS. These programs are only focused on English. You'll be taking pure English for 1 semester, and you're going to take that program. And then there's 5 levels, 5 is the most advanced. What you can do is either take level 5 or Pathway. Okay. Not all of our programs have Pathway. So the programs that don't have Pathway, you can take EAS level 5 and then go directly into your degree program. For those of you who complete level 4 and they do have a Pathway program, you have the option of continuing in level 5 or going into your Pathway program and then completing your degree. You can take this program in the summer, fall, or spring, online or in person. The cost is less expensive at just over $11,000, and there are scholarships between 10 and 20%. So career services, this is really important for students. All of the schools that I've mentioned have their own career service department. Basically, these departments are going to put on job fairs and internship fairs on campus so that you, the student, can start networking and getting to understand the job market and potentially find jobs for after you graduate. They're going to help you write your resumes, your CVs, your cover letters. They will give you mock interviews. The feedback I've gotten from these career services is phenomenal. As long as you start working with career services at least a semester before you graduate, you will find a good placement. You will be successful. You cannot go in the day you graduate and expect to find a job. That is unrealistic, and that is not how the world works in the US, at least. So make sure that whenever you do get to Clark, you start working with career services as soon as you get here. This is one of the best things that Clark could ever offer you. You need to take advantage of it. Housing. We do have on-campus housing and off-campus housing. I always recommend off-campus. It's a bit cheaper, and you can get it within walking distance of campus. There are hundreds of apartments around Clark University that are for rent for grad students. We are only about a 10-minute walk from downtown, maybe 15. And it is a safe area. Your other alternative is to do on-campus housing, and the cost can vary depending on what kind of lifestyle you want. Student life. So we have over 130 student clubs at Clark. So you're most likely going to find something that you're interested in if you want to participate. We have year-round events, both online and in person. We have a great fitness center. We have great sports fields, a big Olympic pool that students can use. As soon as you get accepted, even if it's to our English programs, you can get dining and meal plans. So you're going to be very engaged on campus. This top photo is an image of our International Gala, which is the most beautiful event that we have every year. Students that are international will get together with other students from the areas that they're from, and they will perform a song and or a dance from their region to showcase their cultural pride. And it is just a phenomenal night. It goes really late. It's colorful, it's loud, and all of Clark University shows up to support them. It's really beautiful. And then lastly, we also have Spree Day, which is around the time that final tests are being taken. And we cancel all of our classes and we bring on food trucks, local drinks. There will be activities and live music. And it's just a day to relax around a hectic period. And then we have student resources. So you're going to see all of these images are in our library. So this is one entryway to our library. This library is 5 floors, so it's absolutely massive. We have many resource offices inside, and then you can catch a quick look of part of the building outside. Inside the library, we have the writing center, we have the help desk, and these places are going to help our students with their writing assignments and also with any technical issues that they might have with any Clark technology or personal technology. So that's super convenient for students. We also have health services, and we have mental health counseling for free for any student who needs it. And we really encourage students to take advantage of both the health services and the mental health services, because there's nothing more important that you could do for yourself. We have a bookstore, an athletic center, pool of fitness, and 24/7 Clark security. We also have a shuttle service, which you can see here at the bottom. There will be a Clark logo, a light on top of it, and then the person driving will have a Clark uniform and a name tag. This is a completely free service to Clark students. It will allow you to be picked up and dropped off anywhere within an 8-mile radius in Worcester. That's basically all of Worcester. So this van will run from 4 p.m. until 4 a.m. And the whole goal is to make sure that no matter what your financial situation is, you can get back to Clark and you can get home safely. That is the only goal. So whether you need to go grocery shopping, go to the doctor's, you want to go to the bar with your friends, you want to go eat at a restaurant, this shuttle service will get you to and from campus after 4 p.m. And then this is the last slide that I have for you today. So this is talking about what happens after you graduate. You're going to see OPT a lot when you're talking about Clark University. This means optional practicum training. This is a program that the US government has created that allows you to stay in the United States to work after you graduate. If you graduate from any of our master's programs, you will be eligible to stay in the US for 1 year. As I mentioned earlier, if you graduate with a STEM degree, you will be able to stay in the US for up to 3 years. So that's a big difference. So it does play a role into what degree you should choose. You have to work in the field that you graduated in, though. So you can't stay and work at a coffee shop. You know, you say you go for computer science, you actually have to go and be a computer engineer after, something of that sort. Most of our students find placements right in Worcester, where we are located, or in Boston, which is 40 minutes away, or New York, which is 3 hours away. Besides that, we have many other cities around us like Providence, but we have students being placed all the way out in Chicago, LA, so they're all over the country. And what's great too is in Worcester, we have, again, it's a growing city. It's a changing, evolving city. We have over 5,000 operating businesses now that you can find placement in after you graduate. And with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to move over to the chat. So if anybody here has any other questions, this would be a really great time to put them in there. Okay. Hi, everybody in the chat. I appreciate your greetings. Everyone, hi. Oh, it's so great to see you and the team here. Okay, I don't see any questions in the chat. So if anybody does have questions, please pop them in.
We have
down here.
In the question section, Lauren.
I see it now. Okay, give me 1 second.
Also, could you please start from the bottom and work your way up?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we have a question about how the orientation process goes. Do we assist students with their needs for the first few months? That's a great question. Yes, so we have an organization called the International Center. And in this center, we have international programs, we have English programs, and we have the International Student and Support Office. This office is the one that's in charge of helping you with your immigration documents and things like that. This overall international center puts on orientation. So next week is our spring orientation. And what we do is we go to campus, we greet all of the students that are coming onto campus to join us for the first time. We arrange airport pickups within a certain time frame. So if you are able to make it to campus on this weekend, we will come and pick you up and we will bring you to Clark's campus. Whenever you get to Clark campus and you've settled into whatever dorm or your on-campus apartment or off-campus apartment, You will then have a week of programming that focuses around getting you familiar with Clark University and Worcester. We will take you on a local shopping trip so you can get your food for the first week. You can get your bedding, anything that you need. We'll talk about what you can and can't do as an international student. We try to give you all the information that you will need to succeed in your first semester. After orientation, or say you miss orientation, you can always go to the International Center after and talk to them one-on-one, and they will be happy to help you with whatever concerns you need. So absolutely, Clark is there for you. You just have to ask, and I can't stress that enough. You will get help if you ask. You are in college. You are an adult now. So like, there's not as much hand holding when you get into the US. You're going to need to ask when you need support. Okay. So now I have another question. How is career opportunities for international students after graduation? Okay, so I touched on that a little bit with OPT. We do have a lot of international students find work in the US or in other international countries after they graduate. Again, the best advice I can give you is the month you get on campus, start checking out the Career Service Center. They're going to be the people who can find you the best placement and work with you to teach you how to find them yourself. But we do have a lot of also like alumni panels that we will do on campus where we will bring in people from a specific school who graduated, and they'll be able to talk to you about their experience finding their job or doing whatever it is that they're doing now. So the career opportunities in Worcester itself are really great, but also if you expand your outlook to the entire US, they're phenomenal opportunities for you. You just need to work with our Career Services Center ahead of time. The worst thing you could do is wait till the last minute, because guess what? Millions of other people are graduating at the same time. So now you have way more competition and you have less time. So please, 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 as soon as you get to Clark's campus, start working with our Career Service Center. Could I inform about the program fees and also scholarship opportunities? So I'm not going to go through each program because I've already done that and I had the fees on there. But what I can tell you is that our program fees range from programs under $30,000 for the entire program to programs double that amount. These programs can go from 12 months long minimum to 2 years long maximum. As an international student, you really need to be taking at least 3 courses at a time to maintain your visa. So that means sometimes you have to go, you have to complete your degree within a certain time frame, right? You can't just take 1 class every semester and stay in the United States for like 6 years. But the fees are for the entire program. They're not just per semester. So like School of Professional Studies, their programs cost $29,250. That's for the entire program. You only pay per semester. So if a program is 30 grand and 1 semester is 15,000, you understand 1 semester, you owe this much before your scholarship. Scholarships for those programs are 30%. So you would then take 30% off of the $15,000. And all of our program costs are online. I can actually share a link really quickly that will show you a place where you can enter in master's degree. You can pick what degree that you want, and then you can apply the scholarship that would be helpful. And you can see how much it would cost you. And I'm going to put that in the chat section. Okay, so next question. I see somebody asking about what looks like bachelor's. We do offer bachelor's programs for international students. We absolutely do. This talk is just about our master's programs, but I would highly encourage anybody who's interested in looking at our bachelor's programs to check out our website and see what kind of programs you're interested in. You will also, if you go into the admissions section, you will see a spot for international students, but you can reach out to either admissions office and we will connect you with the right person. So we absolutely have bachelor's programs. You can absolutely transfer as a master's or a bachelor's student. So just reach out to our office and we can talk more about your specific needs and wants. Okay, so one thing I should mention, I have a student asking about their specific GPA and what sections they can enter. Our GPA system in the United States is based off of a 4.0 scale. So if you're giving me a GPA that's higher than a 4.0, then by the time I would see your application and be reviewing it, someone else has already translated your 4.9 GPA into whatever the GPA is that I need to see and understand. So it's just important for international students to understand that each country they apply to, the grading scale is going to be different. And for instance, in Turkey, a lot of times the GPA scale could be higher than the US. I would highly recommend anybody who is curious about if their GPA would be a good fit. If it is a 2.8 or higher on the US scale, definitely consider our programs. We would want a student with a GPA over 2.8 on the US scale. So what could I do for scholarship? How much do they cost? Scholarships don't cost you anything. So whenever you apply to go to Clark University, you will automatically be reviewed for scholarship. This means that when you apply and I see your application, I'm already looking for a reason to give you a scholarship. I am not looking at a scholarship or an application and trying to not give a student money, right? I'm trying to find a reason why I should give them money. Especially right now, I understand the exchange rate in Turkey is rather challenging considering the US exchange rate. So that is why we are guaranteeing that in 2022 and spring of 2023, Turkish students will get the highest amount of scholarship that we offer at Clark University. So that is going to be a range, right? Some programs can only get up to 30% of tuition for their scholarship. Other programs, you can get up to 50% of your tuition covered. And again, you don't have to do anything for those scholarships. You just have to put together a good application. It's the same exact application that you're applying with that I'm going to look to see at what scholarship you would get. I hope that answers your question. All right. Do you have sport management master's degrees? The answer to that is no, but I do have a management degree, which you could then translate into the sports world if you wanted. And you can find more information about that on our website. It's the Master's of Science in Management in our School of Management. That degree, I believe, costs $47,000 before scholarship, and you would need at least 1 year to complete it, but probably 18 months. What do I need to do for a master degree application? So a master's degree application is pretty straightforward. I'm again going to put a link in the chat, and this will show you our admissions requirements. Basically, you are going to need to chat. Here's the link right now where you can see our admissions requirements. You're going to need to give me your transcripts from your undergraduate degree or your current master's degree. You're going to need to get a letter of recommendation from at least one person. You're going to need to create and submit a resume or a CV, and you're going to need to write a personal essay. So that essay is going to be ideally 1 page long, maybe 1.5 pages, but we do not want a 4-page essay. We have many applications to read, short and sweet. And in that application essay, it should say why this program is a good fit for you. It should say how your past experiences can benefit you in this program and what you plan to do with the program after you complete it. Besides that, you will have an application fee. However, if you email me and you say, hey, Lauren, I saw you, IEFT Talks helped me out, I will waive your application fee. Or you can work with an IEFT member like Emran or Zainab, and they can help you throughout the application process for Clark University, and your application fee will be waived. Okay, what should I do to study there? So again, apply. First things first, you need to have your bachelor's degree. You can apply if you're in your last semester of your bachelor's program. But really, you just need to follow the link that I just sent, get all your materials added in, and then if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us in the admissions office. I will be your direct point of contact. So I will put my contact information in the chat at the end, and you can just email me if you have questions. Okay. If you have specific questions about what you studied in the past and you are curious about what programs we have that would be a good fit for you, again, I'm going to put my email in the chat and you can just reach out to me directly, because that's part of a larger conversation. But we do have English programs for those who are at the intermediate level, and we definitely do have scholarship that you would be eligible for as long as you get accepted into the programs. Okay, this is a great question. Is there job placement help for graduates? We do have career services for all of our programs. This means you can walk into a career services department and they will prepare you to not only search and find a job, but actually interview and qualify for the job. So we don't place a student in a job. You should not expect Clark University to find a job or an internship for you. That is absolutely not going to happen. What is going to happen is Clark University is going to work hand in hand with you to get you prepared to be able to search and find a job, and for you to actually interview well and get the job. Okay, that is our job. Our job is not to find you the job. Our job is to help you find the job and to help you get accepted into the job. Okay, those are two different camps. So we absolutely will help you. We will give you mock interviews. We will take you to conferences. We will bring you to panels. We will hold job fairs and internship fairs. And then you have to be the one who actually submits the applications and things of that nature. Okay, so deadlines. This is a great question. We operate on a rolling deadline basis. So deadlines for starting master's programs in spring 22 or fall 2022. So spring 2022 for students from Turkey are probably late, because our programs start in 2 weeks and you would need a visa to be in the States. So if you're currently in the States, or if you have a visa already and you're able to get here very soon, then you could apply today and I could get you through fast enough where you could start at the end of January. However, if you are not in the US, or if you don't already have a visa, that's not going to happen for spring. It's just too late. For fall, it's absolutely an option. You can even start some programs in the summer if you wanted, but I always advise fall or spring because orientations are just stronger during those periods. There's more students to meet. Fall 2022, I would advise you to have your applications in around April, but you can be later than that. We don't have a hard deadline for you to submit your application. So you could submit it in April, or if you thought you would have time to get a visa appointment and get to the States, you could apply at the beginning of summer, maybe even midsummer, and still get here for the end of August. Our fall semester starts at the end of August or early September each year. So as long as you have your application in at least a month beforehand, you really should be okay. We're pretty quick about it. I will say, going from fall into spring, that is a time that will take longer, right? Because in America, a lot of people are celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah, and there's a really long break that Clark takes. We were closed for 14 days. And then there's also the new year. So if you're trying to go from fall and like apply early December, you're most likely not going to get your decision on time. Every other semester, though, is much easier to start late on. Another question, what are the housing options? Do many students live off campus? The majority of our graduate students live off campus. Only 14% of our grad students live on campus for a few reasons. One, there are less graduate housing available at Clark University because most of our students choose not to live on campus. There are just more options off campus. You can choose how many rooms, how many roommates, how many bathrooms, what kind of lifestyle you want, if you want the bare minimum, if you want a luxurious apartment. So a lot of grad students come and, you know, they've been working for a few years, they have money saved up, they want a nicer place, or maybe they're married, they want to live with their spouse. So that's why we offer less graduate housing, but we do have on-campus housing for graduate students. I also recommend off-campus because it's generally cheaper than on-campus housing is. Okay, so I think I've answered all of the questions in the chat now. If you have any other questions, please add them. I will have to hop off here in about 8 minutes, but I'm happy to answer any more questions that anyone might have. Okay, Zainab?
Yes, hi Lauren. I think you covered all of the questions. Could you please share your email address on the chat box so that the participants can directly contact you after if they have any additional questions?
Absolutely. So I just put my email in the chat. Thank you for reminding me to do that because I did forget. And I'm going to put the Clark website in here as well. You can email me with specific questions. I know a couple people asked about their background. You know, someone had a 4.9 GPA, another person had a bachelor's or an associate's degree. Those are the questions that you could just come to me directly about and I'll be able to answer. It doesn't matter if you spell my email with a capital L or a lowercase l. I just write it with the capital because sometimes people mistake the L for a capital I. And I don't want you to email the wrong person. But you can also find my name on our website under grad admissions, and you'll be able to locate me. As long as you go to our website and you type in Lauren Scott or graduate admissions or something, you can find me. If you can't, for whatever reason, say you don't look at it for weeks and you go on our website, just email any of the admissions offices and they will get you to me. It might take a couple emails, but they'll get you to me.
Yes, thank you very much for the great presentation, Lauren. It was another informative session and awesome information. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And you covered all of the questions. Thank you for your answers too.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for your time today. Thank you to the IEF team. It was really nice to see some of you and to also see some of your names on the call. That was lovely. And for any of the students, just please reach out to me. I'm available and I'm happy to talk. That's why I'm here.
Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Umarım sizin için de faydalı bir webinar olmuştur. Clark Üniversitesi ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için chat kısmında paylaşılmış olan mail adresinden Lauren'a ulaşabilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Lauren. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thanks, Zainab. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.